Thank you, friend. Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. Now, it's a special celebratory time. Happy birthday, Canada. Happy birthday, America. You say it's your birthday. My birthday, too, yeah. You say it's your birthday. Have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Now, there's something special about these two unique countries, side by side, often viewed as twins. Both were about nation freedom, independence, the grand scale, from the domination or control of another. Both from the same nation, or rule Britannia, once, but certainly no more. And a Yankee birthday. Yankee Doodle, do or die. A real live nephew of mine, Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Now these two remind us to be close, to be accepting, to be welcoming, and to include all as family. Two countries founded on very Judeo-Christian beliefs. And the two birthdays remind us we're exactly halfway through the year. Now, unfortunately, we've kind of drifted and splintered from the great friendship. And we see the world in opposites now. And that's led to this incredible split in almost everything that we look at. We have a world view that almost in many ways has become a test of love versus hate. Of course, the inevitable question, which is more powerful? Will it be hate or will it be love? It is a real question. And it's a theme which is ever present in this great organic book that we are reading. Now, on another note, since we're talking about celebrations, did you get a chance to celebrate the solstice? This one was Tekufet Tammuz, right? The circle of time, the entry of time into Cancer, which is the dawning of summer, when the most light for the year is with us. We use it to illuminate the things you have not seen. Summer's the time to live life to the fullest, so get out there and live life and see what you need to see. There is no dark fear. Don't hold you back. Now, there's 4 ancient days honored in the Talmud. Once were the cornerstone of spiritual practice, and today, like I said, many have begun to reintroduce the seasonal prayers as part of their own connection to spirit. And because this one's about light, it's easy. It's one of the easiest ones to honor, just like candles, to honor the light in our lives. Now, according to the Zohar, which is the foundational book of Kabbalah, the human soul has 3 internal elements that comprise your individual self. Now, you've got the basic animating force that allows you to wake up in the morning and be alive, and that's your nefesh. And the mind, will, intellect, which is the ruach, and the pure spiritual element, the neshama. Now, to accept light and spirit into one's entire self, one needs to prepare body, mind, and soul, which we also view as nefesh, ruach, and neshama. The perfect place to see how the world comes together is in nature. Nature's everything. And is the only constant that there's ever been. It's why the natives of every culture built their spiritual systems around elements of nature. Get out and enjoy it, especially, while it's summer, because when it's cold and snowy, you're not going to like it so much. Now, I don't know why or where, but sometimes we just notice things. And when we notice things, it's important that we've noticed them, because it might be something we haven't always noticed. And it's because there is a need to, for whatever reason. We don't always know the reason behind it. Well, I noticed that, I saw that with a movie, actually, I watched last night. But I noticed a picture of a unicorn that said, "You were gifted. You're very intelligent. You're talented." And for whatever reason, I stopped and I really studied that picture. And it was correct. I said to myself, I am all of those things. It's true. We all are. All of you are gifted. All of you are intelligent. All of you are talented. But you don't always feel it. You don't always believe it. Friends, the universe is hugging you every day. How often do you feel that? To feel it you need to truly experience gratitude with life. And that's one of the reasons that, we do our prayers. And we often feel those feelings when we come together as the collective consciousness of seekers showing faith. Any and all faith, love, any and all love, because we become a community at that point, a chabura, fellowship. Because we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites all of us in the community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. Each individually, but as a group. So once again, please do go ahead. Invite everybody, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov. Share it, Hine Matov. Share it, how good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Because we are a community, my friends. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. It's your setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space to honor and converse with whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. Goodwill and intention are the roots of what you can control, of what you can correct if they go off course. Your intention sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. So let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to everyone that needs it. Healing and renewal is for everyone. It just floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out. For those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love, think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. People you hate that you shouldn't hate. Think of them. They're just suffering. But it's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It's the healing of the world, the tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. We must each do what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the universe, because when we change ourselves, we change the conditions of life. And a part of the healing of the world is our sending these thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. Let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers for those in special medical conditions, of course. We pray for those who need prayer, because prayer is an incredible, effective method of communication with God, of entreating, of helping ourselves and others. We ask for help. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. For Pam and Tucker, for Luke, Kelly, for Dawn, Ginny, for Terry, Doria, for Gloria, for Fern and Johnny, for Connie, Ronnie, for traveling Tally, Nina and Danny, all those suffering and need. Let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all the sacred animal friends everywhere, for everybody you know that is in need, and for the whole world. And for Devorah, friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love that we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Makor. May the soul set straight. Bless the one before us. Help us find good courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishaberach. Let's all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as is healed before. Mishaberach means may he who blessed, because all healing's a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now this week we read another double reading. This week we read chukat and balak. Statues and balak. Named for somebody, and it's a rather interesting dude that we're going to be reading about. Now it's kind of too bad these two parshas are read together. They're both quite interesting. And both are dominated by animals. Mystical animals. And here we go back to that mystical days of the cosmic Bible. And especially the balak one. It is truly a one-of-a-kind reading in the Bible. And there's not a lot of readings about animals at all. The first, of course, was in the beginning in the garden. With temptation, perhaps deception, and perhaps actually pure truth. We all remember that one. Man begins to all the in the beginning. In the beginning. Man begins to all the animals. In the beginning, long time ago, saw an animal as smooth as glass, slithering his way through the grass. Saw him disappear by a tree near a lake. And that was one of the most fascinating episodes in biblical lore. The story about the snake. And now we're going to read about a red heifer, which was a very rare animal, and it's still sought to this day. Now, its need is for purification rituals, and it heralds the temple. But it's not quite the same as the serpent from the beginning, or the next animal that we read about this week, the famous, most humorous section of the Bible, the story of the great oracle's donkey. A horse is a horse, of course. No one can talk to a horse, of course. That is a course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Ed, the most famous of all talking animals, known for it. The biblical animals are known for other things. But Balaam's donkey, like the snake before it, are the only two talking animals in the Bible and have special places, both in the Bible and in stories. Now, chukat, the first one we read, presents this mysterious laws of the red heifer. It's a ceremony for purification after contact with human death. But the reading also contains something else that's incredibly important. It's the story of what we know as Moses striking the rock and getting water. And it tells us about the deaths of Aaron and Miriam, which actually serve as bookends. Numbers 21. And the children of Israel, all the congregation, came to the wilderness of Zin in the first month. The people stayed in Kodesh. And Miriam died there and was buried there. That's it. Just kind of like the life of Sarah way back when. Simply told us Sarah died. Well, here is all we find out about the prophetess, the great sister of Moses, Miriam. She died. We don't know how. And then we focus on this crime of Moses that kept him from entry into the promised land and condemned Aaron. See, the grumblers are still busy with their complaints. Numbers 23. And the people quarreled with Moses, and they said, if only we had expired when our brothers expired in front of the Lord. Complain. So Moses and Aaron go to God. Numbers 26. And the Lord's glory appeared to them. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, take the staff. And we read about the staff last week. Take the staff and assemble the congregation, you and Aaron, your brother. You shall speak to the rock before their eyes, and it will give its water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them and give it drink to the congregation and their cattle. Not so hard, is it? Moses took the staff from in front of the Lord as he commanded him, and Moses and Aaron assembled the community opposite the rock. And he said to them, listen, rebels, Shall we bring water out of this rock for you? And Moses lifted his hand and struck the rock with his staff twice, and much water came out, and the congregation and their cattle drank. Much debate has gone on about Moses' crime. It's taken volumes. Was it striking the rock when they were told to simply talk to it? That's what a lot of people will tell you. Big deal, you say. But to many, if not most, that is the great crime. But it's actually not the reason. God gives the reason. And the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron, because you did not trust in me to make me holy before the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this community to the land that I have given them. They didn't make him holy. What does that mean? Well, we're going to find out. Numbers 20:23. And the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron at Mount Hor on the border of the land of Edom, saying, let Aaron be gathered to his people, because he shall not come to the land that I have given to the children of Israel, because you rebelled against my word at the waters of Meribah. The rebels now are Aaron and Moses. The rebels were the complainers, which brought this whole episode about. But now Aaron will die, and Moses will not complete the journey. And remember, just last week, we read about the staff to be used as a warning to rebels, who last week were Korah and Dathan, but now are Moses and Aaron. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I say the word rebels, I immediately think of the Rebel Alliance of Star Wars, before it became Episode 4. See, Moses says to the people, shall we bring? Meaning he and Aaron. And so by word and act, Moses is like appropriating to himself an act of God. And therefore they did not make God holy before the eyes of the people. Now, could God really be that petty? I hate to say it, but the way it's written, yes. Look at his behavior towards Egypt and Pharaoh. Could have stopped at any point in time. Could Moses have let his ego get the better of him? Yes, without a doubt. What happened to the humility, the humbleness? Is that not how we always knew Moses and how he was referred to? His brother and his sister are dead. He's not going to cross over into the promised land. Now, we're not told, but I am sure it bore a very heavy heart on Moses. How could it not? Bereavement, my friends, can tear the fabric of our very souls. And it's often connected to guilt over not having expressed our feelings enough. Right? And there's very little feeling said, between any of these three people, Moses, Aaron, or Miriam. Now, I reminded you a lot that you got to tell the people you love that you love them. Let them know. Yes, you will still miss them. But think for a minute. What would it be like if you suddenly lost those you were closest to? Have you said what you needed to say? Their spirits never die. They're with you for eternity. And we hope to reconnect with them one day. But we are always connected. But we always still need to tell them. Would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, will it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Now, you may not realize, but we're now suddenly in year 40 of the journey. We were in year 1 at the beginning of this. Miriam died early. Now it's Aaron's turn. The bookends of change. Numbers 20:25. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son. Take them up to Mount Hor. Take off Aaron's clothes, and you shall put them on Eleazar his son. And Aaron will be gathered and die there. We are witnessing the changing of the guard again. Now, the second half of the reading is the story of how Balak hires the occult prophet Balaam to lay a curse on Israel. Balaam meets resistance from God, has a conversation with his donkey, and ends up blessing Israel instead of cursing them. It is a magical reading, one of pure humor and genius, in which the seer cannot see, whereas his ass sees all. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred, so it's everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this right together. Men and women equally. Let's all send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself, maybe especially yourself. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey, because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to learn to be to love. So please do love. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light. A week of peace. A week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It's our intention, our Kavana, our cause, our effect. It's all linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. That's the hardest. Ask forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you. As you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, some people are just damaged. The secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. And so you have to accept those damaged people. You have to forgive them. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It's your home. Keep on dreaming, my friends. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill, and do not follow fear. Follow faith and love. It's always in front of you. And remember, just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you, you can have faith in whatever you need to have faith in. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all, honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year, and may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body. Express yourself and expand your heart and quiet your mind. Because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness, in your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you, because you're never alone. You are forever blessed, and you have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed, and your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others and bless yourself. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone is actually always there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced others have too, we share together. We learn together. We help each other, because we're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And keep listening to that voice of God as he, she, it talks to you. And continue to think before you speak, because your words can empower and free you, but they can imprison you. Enjoy this journey, my friends. We are truly that wilderness generation.